Hey there, my name is Regan Villanueva, and I am one of the youngest cinematographers, documentary, whatever it might be. But I like just doing video, and we have tomorrow a mountain biking race at the time I'm recording this. So what we are rocking currently, we're currently rocking a Sony FX30 right here. This is actually brand new. I got this like a few days ago. I got it for a good deal. I believe it's 1,800 something after tax, without tax and shipping. I got this for 1,700, which is pretty cheap. Now I currently have two 256 SD cards inside, and I like formatting it with my name, so they both have my name embedded on there. And I obviously have my battery removed because I don't want to have this battery drain. It's up to 100% right now. Then we are using a monitor right here. So I got an HDMI cable ready for it. I got a battery for the actual monitor. It's full right now, which is good. And then this is the Field World monitor right here. What I really like with this monitor is how it has an HDMI input and output, because I like using it for broadcast. And there's like all these options. The only thing I don't like is how you have to press and hold the on switch, which means that it's actually taking up battery over time. And I need all the battery that I could like get or use, you know. But I really like how it's full HDMI. The only thing that I don't like is how much battery it uses just to power it up, you know. It's kind of a waste of battery, but I just popped out the battery, then it should be fine. Hopefully, I hope. So the plan that I have for this little race is to bring my Field World monitor, my Sony FX30. I do not have a V-mount battery. I wish to get it soon. So I'm just going to be running it off of this power bank with the USB-C, which is currently being used for my little pen, which is actually very neat. And obviously I want to be packing this up. I like having everything like organized. Like I will bring my drone charger because I have a drone and I am FAA Part 107 certified. So I this, and then I might interview a few of the racers because I'm also racing too, which is actually pretty cool. So I want to be bringing this lapel microphone. So this is actually DJI wireless mics version 1. I used this at the previous race, but because I upgraded to the S-Log3 Sony FX30, I might be using that instead of this. But it's always good to bring a backup just in case. I want to be bringing that. And of course, I'm going to be bringing my Panasonic GH5 with my 45 to 150 millimeter lens, just in case. I mainly use this kind of like as a storage for the SD card. Currently, this is my old 128 gigs on there. So basically, I got 128 on my GH5, 256 on my Canon SL2, and I got about 512, so 256 cards on the actual Sony FX30. The only thing I'm worried about is the battery and it dying out during the time that I'm actually filming it, and storage. So I believe I'm good on storage because we're running two FX30s. This is my FX30, and then my league director is going to be running his FX30. So we have two FX30s running at 4K, 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second on S-Log3. And then we have, I'm bringing my power bank, and I'm bringing this huge power bank so we could actually charge up anything if needed in the trailer. We'll see how everything plays out tomorrow. I do know that I have to like figure out what equipment I'm going to be mainly using, which I believe I'm going to be using my Sony FX30 the most, even though it's like brand new and all that stuff, because all the cameras that we have that we're currently filming on is mainly the Sony FX30, and we're going off of S-Log3 flexible ISO. That's what I currently have set for this camera. The only thing that worries me about is just the battery, because I only have a current battery on it because I'm still a teenager. So the thing is I don't have enough money to get a V-mount battery yet, but in the future I'm gonna upgrade to a V-mount battery and probably a Cineback or Rigid Pro, whatever it might be. Yeah, we'll just see how it plays out. I'm gonna go ahead and pack up all of this and get it ready. Okay, so this is essentially what I have packed. I have my smaller power bank, which is full. I have my bigger power bank to stay in the trailer. Got my Canon SL2. I got all my extra miscellaneous in here. My camera strap in case I want to go with this camera or switch it if I want to the FX30. But I most likely won't do that because it's an expensive camera. I got the lapel 1. I got a lapel 2. I got some cheap headphones for free right here. I got my wireless microphones right here. Extra audio cables. My Peak Design strap. I got my HDMI cables all in one bag. I have this so I can get extra power out of the source, whatever it might be. And then I have my actual drone charger right here so I can actually charge the drone batteries. The drone charging like plugs, things like that, the actual plug itself. And that should allow me to be good to go. So that's just this camera bag. Now, over here, I have my field world monitor. I have the battery removed. And then I have the Sony FX30 with the sun hood for the actual field world monitor right here. Then I have my DJI Mavic Mini 2. Of course, I have my license with it. All my batteries charged. Then I'm bringing my GH5. So what this camera, the GH5 and the SL2 will do is if the FX30 is out of battery, then I still have coverage on my GH5 and SL2 that I can go ahead and move to just in case if needed. So right here I'm running with my field world monitor with my Sony FX30, my drone and everything plugged in and ready to go. So I don't have the V mount, so I have currently my power bank, which I will link up to the USB-C port on the back of the actual camera, to the USB-C port onto the side of the camera, so I can get continuous power for the whole day. Now, I didn't really shoot much during this first day. I was just pretty much just doing what I was supposed to do, go film around. Alright, so this FX30 is actually pretty durable because I had it on like a little, like a table like this. But then I had it attached to my USB-C while I was grabbing another thing. So it fell, and the entire camera body is seamless, like you don't see any scratches or anything. The only thing that broke is this plastic lens hood, which is completely fine because I don't really need it. As long as I have my lens and then my actual camera body's working, it's all good to go. And the lens is working too, so that is awesome. So the strategy I'm having for day 2 is to have my questions on the back because I have to keep on looking at my phone on day 1. And basically, these are the questions I want to be asking. Then we're going to have a microphone on top, linked up. So there's actually the microphone port right here. The microphone port's right up there. Right below is a USB-C and micro. And it does use a full HDMI port. But I need to maximize the battery life all day. So I got the bike right here. I got a Sony FX30 with a Rode Video Micro on top. And we're just waiting for staging to work. So I've done this a few times, but we're gonna see how this one goes since it's a little bit more dusty. And I have the camera all set up. Inside is all the questions. I tried to get a cool shot for you to see right here, myself working and the riders and sweep passing on by, but the iPhone decided to not. All right, so we got Wyatt. What camera equipment are you
I'm shooting the Canon R3 with a 100 f2.8 wonderful lens.
Nice. And what camera?
Canon R3.
Canon R3. There you go. And I'm running a Sony FX30. This phone better work.
Oh!
Here, it's the end of the day, so we're just waiting for podium to wrap up and all the teams to gather along. We just wrapped up. Let's head home. Yep. It's a huge mess. Look at all those bikes. Here's a little cool drone shot. So overall, it was actually a fun day. I was able to get position number 41 out of 45 for my race category, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I hope that you really like this video because it's been a long time since I've done vlog style content. So yeah, just let me know what you think.